The story of Hannah, 1 Samuel 1-2. Hannah's story is found in the opening chapters of the book of 1 Samuel. She was one of the 2 wives of a man named Elkanah, who lived in the hill country of Ephraim. His other wife was Peninnah. Peninnah had children. Hannah had none. In those days, barrenness was considered a deep misfortune and even a disgrace for a woman. This caused Hannah much sorrow and pain. Hannah's pain and provocation. Though Elkanah loved Hannah dearly and gave her a double portion of food whenever they went to sacrifice at Shiloh, Hannah was not at peace. Peninnah, her rival, often mocked and provoked her because of her childlessness. This constant provocation made Hannah cry and lose appetite, even though her husband tried to comfort her, saying, "Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" 1 Samuel 1:8. Hannah's longing for a child remained. Hannah's prayer. During one of their visits to the tabernacle at Shiloh, Hannah went before the Lord in deep anguish. She prayed silently, pouring out her heart. She wept bitterly. She made a vow, "Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head." 1 Samuel 1:11. This vow meant that her son would live as a Nazirite, consecrated to God. Eli the priest's encounter. As Hannah prayed, her lips moved but no sound came out. Eli, the high priest, thought she was drunk and rebuked her. But Hannah explained, "I am not drunk, I was pouring out my soul before the Lord. I have been praying here out of my great anguish and grief." Eli then blessed her, saying, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." God's answer. Not long after, God answered Hannah's prayer. She conceived and bore a son. She named him Samuel, meaning, "because I asked the Lord for him." Hannah keeps her promise. After Samuel was weaned, probably around age 3, Hannah kept her vow. She brought the child to Eli at Shiloh, saying, "I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord." Samuel grew up in the tabernacle, serving under Eli the priest, and later became one of Israel's greatest prophets. Hannah's Song of Praise, 1 Samuel 2:1-10. In joy and thanksgiving, Hannah prayed a beautiful prayer, often called Hannah's Song. It was filled with praise for God's greatness, his justice, and his power to lift up the humble and bring down the proud. Her song is so powerful that it is often compared to Mary's song, the Magnificat, in Luke 1. Hannah's later blessings. God continued to bless Hannah after she kept her vow. She had 3 more sons and 2 daughters, while Samuel grew in wisdom, stature, and favor with God and people. Lessons from Hannah's story. 1. Persistence in prayer. Hannah's heartfelt prayer shows that God hears even silent cries of the heart. 2. Faith and vows. She trusted God enough to dedicate her most desired blessing back to him. 3. God's timing. Though mocked and discouraged, Hannah waited on God, and he remembered her. 4. God lifts the lowly. Her story reminds us that God exalts the humble and hears the oppressed. 5. Gratitude. Hannah not only received but also gave back, showing her faithfulness in keeping her vow. Sparkles in the end. Hannah's story is one of faith, prayer, and fulfillment, turning pain into praise and showing that no situation is too hard for God.